Good afternoon. Uh, I hold a brief, but I don't hold a brief for either the Maitis or the Kukis or the Nagas or the 34 other tribes who reside in Manipur. I hold a brief for Manipur as a whole. Mr. Sood has given us a historical backdrop which debunks most of the myths that are being circulated about why Manipur is burning and why is there constant carnage in Manipur and why has ethnic strife reached such alarming proportions that people from these communities who have lived next to each other as neighbors for a long time refuse to even acknowledge each other's presence. My brief, as I understand it, is that we have a problem with Manipur. Manipur has witnessed unprecedented violence since May of 2023. People have been displaced, people have been killed, women have been raped, children have been abducted. There is rampant extortion in the valley and in the hills. There is no rule of law or law and order in the state of Manipur. Who is responsible is an important aspect. The invisible hand, the hand may not be so invisible after all, but the fact remains that I would rather concentrate on what needs to be done to restore peace and tranquility in a state which has green valleys and beautiful blue mountains. My introduction to Manipur came towards the latter half of my life when I was chosen to head the judiciary in Manipur. And when I went to Imphal, when I flew to Imphal, I did all I could to understand the history and the socio-cultural ethos of the people of Manipur. But nothing had prepared me for what I witnessed in the 1 year, 1 month, and 1 day that I was Chief Justice in the High Court of Manipur. Nothing could ever prepare me, and nothing will ever prepare anybody in the mainland, which is here, to comprehend, even begin to comprehend what the problems are that are faced by every Manipuri. Manipur has a glorious tradition of culture, dance, literature, sport. In fact, the sport of polo originated in Manipur. And if you look at their art and their dance, you will be enthralled, as I was while I was there. What is it then that has caused the people of Manipur to set their own homes ablaze? What is it? My sense is, and I put it to all of you here today, my sense is that it's purely economic. Whether it be the expectation of being included in the scheduled tribe, or whether it is to own land in the hills because they feel pressured in the confines of the valley, which is only 10% of the state, whether it is the inequity that they perceive they've been subjected to because they cannot own land in the hills, but everybody else can acquire land in the valley. Whatever it be, what we need to concentrate on now with the imposition of President's rule, and when I say we, apart from the executive, I mean all of us who care about Manipur, who care about India, is to make sure that law and order is restored, peace is restored, both in the valley and in the hills. For that, the first step that needs to be taken is for the government to make sure that all these illegally acquired arms are seized. Whatever steps need to be taken by the boots on the ground, the security forces, the paramilitary forces, the Manipur police, the army, no stone must be left unturned to recover all these looted, snatched, given away arms to various actors, state actors in Manipur. What needs to follow is the resolution to initiate a peace process with all the stakeholders. Every stakeholder in Manipur must be invited to the table so that there is a lasting solution to the differences that have arisen between them, principally on account of, in my view, as I said, economic factors. And from my stay in Manipur, I saw that apart from being employed by the government and by the hospitals, there is no employment in the state of Manipur. There is absolutely no employment. There is very little private enterprise. You cannot secure jobs for love, money or God in the state of Manipur. To make matters worse is the hyperinflation in the state of Manipur, where everything that costs 1 anna in Delhi costs 4 annas in Manipur, where the average income of a daily wager when I went to Manipur was 7,300 rupees. 7,300 rupees. And the High Court, amongst the first acts that we followed when I went to Manipur, was to make sure that the daily wagers received a minimum of 24,800 rupees just to keep body and soul together. So therefore, you can imagine the economic doldrums that the people of Manipur are in. And we must restore peace not only for the sake of their lives, but also for the sake of their livelihoods. And my sense is that the minute you provide livelihood to all the brilliant and gifted young people of Manipur, you will not find them falling prey to the diktats of the mafia who place illegal arms, sophisticated arms in their hands and let them run wild in the streets and in the villages, extorting everybody, threatening everybody with mayhem and murder, abducting them, killing them, maiming them, raping women, children. And this is regardless of which community you belong to. No community is exempt from the ire and the lawlessness of a handful of individuals who believe that they can cock a snook at the law and order and at the executive and let their own writ run large. So therefore, as I said in the previous conclave, I repeat myself that all of us here, all the people of India, whether you belong to Manipur or you don't, you belong to the Maiti community or you don't, you belong to the Kuki community or you don't, you are a Naga, you belong to Tamenglong, it doesn't matter. All of us must come together and make sure that we can look for a peaceful resolution to an issue which has been completely blown out of proportion, in my view, for predominantly underlying economic reasons. If there are questions at the end of the address of the gifted speakers who will follow me, I will willingly answer them. I believe I have spoken on Manipur a number of times about the situation, about the conditions antecedent and attendant today. And of course, there has been a change in as much as the Chief Minister has resigned and President's rule has been imposed in the state of Manipur. So there is a glimmer of hope that law and order will be restored. And उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है. I beseech all of you once again to do your bit to spread the word around that if all of us come together, we can get the people of Manipur together and put this horrid nightmare behind us. Thank you. Jai Hind.